It's hot outside and I got this sweater on, but I'm gonna try to make this quick. Things that are killing your credit. Let's get started. What's up, y'all? My name is Lexus Siobhan, whatever you want to call me, or you could just call me the homie. I'm learning finance. I'm learning everything about how our economic situation can be a lot better within our own household. You know, the things that we actually can't control, because you know the economy is wilding right now. But there are some things that we can't control. I'm here to talk to y'all about things that are killing y'all's credit right now. When I first started my credit journey, I didn't take it serious. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was for funsies. I thought it was just a number. Till I got denied. I got denied for a loan. I was like, you know what? Oh, that was for real. Oh, that was for real about saying no. Number one, we're going to start off very strong. If you are going to a dealership and you're getting a car, first of all, congratulations. Before you even go sign your name and you ask them to start running your credit, go to your bank. Specifically, I would say go to a credit union. Right Pat Credit Union, GE Credit Union, Kimba Credit Union, Navy, I think Navy Federal is a credit union as well. The reason why I say that is they like to work with the people. I've never been outside of a credit union, so I don't know about anybody else as far as big bank names, but I do know my credit union. When you're at that credit union, ask them for a pre-approval letter. That way you can take that information and you can go to your dealership of choice. They will be able to see how much you actually qualify for. Reason why I say that is when you go to a dealership, they're going to run your credit to hell and back. They're going to send your information and they're going to run your inquiry. Trust me, I know, because I did it before. My credit was not on the up and up because I messed up. So when I went to get a car at a dealership, they was gone for a little while. I was just like, what? I'm looking in the back like, y'all good? Like, y'all cool? But they were running my credit. They were trying to find me the best bank to go through. And what I should have did is I should have went to my credit union first. Got a letter. That way I'll know how much I actually can afford. And then I can have my loan go through them. If you are not paying your debts, if you have loans, if you have accounts that need to be paid, first of all, pay them people and stop playing. Pay them people. We don't want to pay nobody. However, if you want to be in good standing, if you want to have a good credit score, if you want to be able to buy things, pay them people. There are ways that you can get around this. You can go repossessions. You can do foreclosures. You can do bankruptcies. However, personally, I would not advise that, especially if you can pay the $5. If you can pay the $5, pay it. However, you might get to a situation where things just, you didn't got too deep. You need a way out. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying. If you can't pay them people, thug it out, get it out the way. If you are past 30 days on an account, that is when it starts to affect your credit. Like, say if you have a bill that's due on the 1st, you can go all the way up until the 29th and say it's 30 days in a month. Once you hit that 30-day mark, that is when they take that information, they send it off to your credit, the credit bureaus, and now it looks like you can't pay them people. So then not only are you being charged interest, it is also a hit on your credit. Ask me how I know. I've done it. If you default on your bills, if you decide to not pay for your car, they give you a certain amount of time. They will come. They will come. It didn't happen to me, but they will come. They will. I've gotten letters before. They were like, okay, you gonna pay this or we're gonna take it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just pay it. Especially if I had it, it's like, okay, well, first of all, like, calm down. Just give me a sec. Speaking of defaults, allowing things to go to collections. If it goes to collections, it's going to hit your credit. It looks bad. When you go to buy something, you will get denied depending on how much stuff you have in collections. So make sure you're paying these people off. If it goes to collections, call the collections people and say, hey, I want to go ahead and get this situated. If I can do a payment plan, let me do that. If I can pay it right now, let me do that. Don't just keep putting it off. I've done it. Don't do it. Not only letting it go to collections, but ignoring collections. Don't do that either. Buying everything on credit is not necessary. If you got the cash to buy it or if you have to save your money to get it, do one of the two. Because once you keep getting inquiries and inquiries and inquiries, now you just look financially unstable and like you can't afford the things that you have or things that you want. Yes, sometimes having things on credit makes sense. Buying a house, having a large payment car, anything like that, yes, that actually does make sense. However, small things that you really don't need, if you just bought a cell phone last year, the iPhone 16, you don't need an iPhone 17 this year too. You don't need another TV. You don't need new furniture. You don't have to do all of these things. Like whatever you had last year, like my iPhone 13, it's been rocking since iPhone 13s came out. So I don't need another one. Like the 17 looks nice. It looks cool. I don't need it though, so I'm not gonna buy it. I'm saying this as a reformed habitual spender. Habitual. I be having my days though, but I've gotten better. If you're using credit cards, that's fine. That's cool and dandy. However, that high utilization is what's killing you. When you get your credit card, make sure you keep it under 30%. Personally, I like to keep mine between 5 and 10%. That way I know I'm not going over. If you have one bill that gets paid every month, having like maybe 1 or 2 bills that are low payments, like maybe a cell phone bill, or you buy gas every week, have that. Make sure that you're paying it off after you get your statement. They want to know, are you actually using your credit? But they want to know, are you actually paying off your debts at the end of the month too, and after your bill cycle goes through. So make sure you're keeping your utilization down. If you have to buy a big purchase, or if you get into some trouble and you have to get your car fixed for whatever reason, spend that money, but put it right back in. So if today's Tuesday and you had to spend $500 on Wednesday or Friday when you get paid, put that money right back in, because on Sunday they want to know, did you go over your balance? And if it looks like you went over your balance, they gon' what y'all say now, that what y'all girls be saying, they clocking it, they gonna clock you, and they gonna let you know, don't do that. So yeah, keep up with that. Having a mix of credit is good because they want to know, how are you diversifying your credit? So if you have a car loan, a home mortgage, credit cards, those are 3 different ones that you have that are ways of you using your credit. However, if you have 10 credit cards, if you have 5 cars, they're going to know, like, okay, what are you doing? Is all of this necessary? Like, what are you actually doing? Yes, a mix of credit is good because it does show on your credit statement. However, if you have the same thing, they want to know, like, why is this even necessary? Know that it's not mean to go out and purposely find new lines of credit, but just make sure if you're going to have credit, diversify them. Inaccurate inquiries, fraud. Make sure you are keeping up with what's going on with your credit. Don't be scared to go online. Look at freecreditreport.com. Look on your FICO accounts, look at TransUnion, Equifax, look at all of these things just to make sure that your credit statement is accurate. The better the accuracy, the better your chances of having a better credit score are. If you have accounts that you're no longer using, keep them open. When you are looking at your credit report, when you're talking about credit, there's a few things that they're going to be looking at. One would be new credit, length of history, payment history, credit mix, and also the amount owed, or aka your credit utilization. So new credit will be about 10% of your credit score, length of history would be 15%, payment history would be about 35%, credit mix would be 10%, and the amount owed or utilization would be 30%. The 2 that honestly are the most important, payment history, is, are you paying things on time? And number 2, the amount owed or your utilization, and I talked about that with the credit cards. So always make sure you keep everything as low as possible. So that would be 35, that's 65% of your score already. If nothing else, pay your things on time, and also keep your balances as low as possible. I'm gonna wrap this video up because I pretty much said everything that I needed to. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know down below. If there's any credit experts in the building, if there's anything that you feel like anybody should be doing to actually help their credit, or that they can do to basically build their credit, because everybody wants to build their credit right now. Everybody wants to do better with what they have. However, given the current situation of the economic structures at place, people are kind of having problems. If you work with people and you can help them better their credit, let us know. But do your research, because there's a lot of fraudsters. I'm not saying that y'all fraudsters, but you just never know. I've gotten my accounts hacked a couple of times, and yeah, fun times. Be aware of scams, be aware of everything that's going on around y'all. Protect your credit. I know that's saying a lot, because like, our government is, if they had a credit score, like, they would be in debt, deep doo-doo. That ain't my business. I just live here. That's it. So y'all take care. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. I love y'all. Be easy.